This is the Chrome Dino Comic Studio, and I have seen this for a little bit for one time when back in 2020s, for the early 2020s, that since is absolutely going to be looking like this as well for the Dino game, because this is not going to be a little bit for one thing, and nothing, of course, it won't be playable for July like anything as well for this year. But since I have already seen this when I was offline, that you definitely seeing this dinosaur might gonna be survive or probably facing for the unforeseen consequences around here for the striking meteors whenever that it's not going to be seeing that either as well. And will you just try to find out if I'm going to be trying to do this as well? But don't worry, it's going to be linked in the description, except the game as well in Google Chrome. Because looks like when you're offline, this could absolutely allows you to play dinosaur, and it's pretty for really much. When the internet is out of range, you should might able to be playing dinosaur while you're not on internet as well, and getting itself at a higher scores, multiple attempts like the dinosaur. Couldn't believe that it's going to be for taking too long. Even that the dinosaur is actually going to be running a little bit crazy fast when getting into the high scores won't be possible as well, as accelerates slowly going way too fast. As I seen this dinosaur is going to be way too fast as well, and that we felt that the dinosaur isn't going to be finishing a little bit a long time as well. And so the dinosaur ends up getting spiked or something, get hit by another dinosaur or a pterodactyl. And even more stuff as it finds out whenever it does. But in the end, that might able to be put online that the game wouldn't able to be rebooted as a little bit longer as well. So the final score wasn't going to put onto their saves. We think that the dinosaur game that still exists on Google Chrome, but I'm not very sure that the dinosaur game wouldn't believe that it's absolutely lived here for a long time as well. Sometimes the dinosaur game might be in other kinds of browsing apps or even more, but nothing that Google almost depreciate dinosaur games, like even for this thing. So I have totally remembered an amount of this some kind of old game that ripped off from old Nintendo stuff or some kind of a Atari reference. Even though there were more dinosaurs, like even long like those things, but the pre-Dinoco logo things as well for some kind of like this. Another one is the oldest dinosaur. Like I'm not sure. This is the oldest Dinoco logo when I just ever seen this. There is a pre-kangaroo or nothing like this thing like anyways as well. The pterodactyl is right here, and the triceratops wouldn't believe like anything as well. Even that this is actually it says here when your internet is out of range for 5 hours and you set the world record in the Chrome Dino game, but when the internet comes back up and the pages refreshes, I'm sure that we turn on the spoilers like anything and goes, that the dino has just left the cup of tea had just fallen off for some kind of coffee reference. This is the checkpoint that the dino does, and this is the dino skateboard or a surfboard, a swimming dino, a jug running dino, or even a little bit more dinos like anything as well for some kind of like this. So even the stuff as well for some kind of the cactus and some flying chicken, the flags like United States, Brazil, and Japan, and even more stuff as their desk works like anything as well. This is the UI effects as like anything as well for some kind of this, and the backgrounds are only two of them as well. I wouldn't seen like anything as well since I just come up for like anything as well. The drafts wouldn't be able to save, but only characters can do. The game released in September 2014, but this is the actual one that I just gotta be started to play for. If we're gonna be using one of the hours they're using for around here, the hidden game of Chrome offline mode. The Chrome offline mode is going to be a little bit for one thing. But since that isn't going to be existed and for some kind of else from Microsoft Edge that I didn't mention that I just gotta find here, like whenever I'm gonna be find out where they just going to be started from. So let's go into be here for round itself and let's give ourselves a go for one thing. So I'm not gonna be started to play this game because sometimes there must be ad pop-ups like everywhere around here, all surrounded for some kind of like this. So here I go. That we're going to be started to play with this game as well anyways. So if you jump, oh no, I started over again. And so the total high score is 45. So you hold the space bar or some kind of like this. Hold the space bar or jump up and down to give them more space. And then I just ended up here for some kind of like this. So I'll just give me a one more try. So the plan is going to reach over 1,000 scores through its final destination. So it ended up at 147. So that will be it for now as well. So I just added a little bit much as well. For some kind of cookie run characters are almost everywhere. Except some kind of Doom like those things characters over here. For starting around here, sometimes that is not going to be pretended to be Indiana Jones. But over here on The Office, there must be some guys from overall like themselves. And probably that must be the manager will be even this guy, and it must be Alfredo right next to him. I'm probably pretty sure that I started to get on speechless like this. So the boss was right beside Alfredo, and even though that must be for a kind of a little bit necessary like I just probably doing. So this is what the New York 2017 gameplay looks like. Even starting with Rye Cookie and then all the way to Adventure Cookie for some sort of like this thing as well. So starting with herself, but nothing is absolutely completely changed. That he probably supposed to survive, but if we're gonna be doing for the gameplay modes as well for some sort of like this, now she's gonna be rescuing Adventure Cookie during this gameplay. I'm not pretty sure that we added multiple heroes, such as the Spider-Man, the Chopper Boy as well. There's Batmobile flying around here, and the Lawnmower Man is going to destroy like anything as well. It's going to kill all for some kind of Doom monsters instead of like anything as well, like the Filts from Ultra Kill. And even this, the Cacodemons like anything is probably. And I wouldn't able to be finishing like them as well, since I probably already adding a little bit amount of drones, but so on. I didn't mention that we're going to be trying to add this out, so there must be multiple drones and Cacodemons onto the river that I just didn't see that felt that we before. That sometimes the reality river was fulfilled with Cacodemons. And even the sky that I just added for some kind of a little bit of one thing as well. The terrorists are flying around for other kinds of like this. But nothing instead for some kind of Mario reference. It's not a little bit real, but sometimes that the drones from Ultra Kill is got to be almost everywhere itself. In Perfect Apocalypse, Sea Fairy Cookie has summoned anyways, but that must be for a cancerous rodent in the bathroom and other kinds of like neat places we probably found to see in this one. So the Doom monsters are almost everywhere around itself, and the Wolfenstein soldier have already shoot down one of the one of the dogs and cats like anything as well. A shotgun man who has patrol on the restroom. And in a basketball court around here, there must be a street cleaner that found this thing as well for some kind of the secret boss. There's strays and what is this? There must be mannequins. This is one of the mannequins from the violence like this. But I'm probably still in progress about for this thing as well. Now anyways, the link is going to be in description below, except the game that I just already found out that contains multiple ad pop-ups, as everywhere it does. If we're already playing for just a little bit of a long time, if you leave the page around here for some sort of like this. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be signing off. For support like anything for around as well. And I'll talk to you mini lads and Comic Studio users all later.